you always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but wasn't real sure about the background and what all it takes and what it would look like 6 weeks in? Well, welcome to Kingdom Fathers. I'm James, and we're going to review where we're at so far at our 6 week mark. It's hard to believe it's been 6 weeks. We continue to move forward. And I just wanted to go through a couple things here and show you. So hopefully you can find some value in this. If you're wanting to create your own channel, now's a great time to start. I'm 48 and wish I had done it sooner, but maybe you're like me. You were on the fence and you really are thinking about it, or maybe have thought about it for a long time. Now's a great time to do it. And you have an opportunity to show your children, your grandchildren, the legacy of who you are, all the things about your life, things that you're passionate about. Those are the things that YouTube allows you to do. And for this channel, it's all about where I've got so far in my life and how I can use the things that I've learned, all the coaching, the mentorships, and apply that to younger fathers, ones who are starting out, ones who are needing guidance and help, and want to provide that value to them. And this channel will continue to grow as we continue to put forth the effort and to stay consistent. As you start a YouTube channel or are thinking about it, one thing that is most important that I found, and most every YouTube creator will tell you, is you want to be consistent and try to keep that on a weekly basis, or at least in a time frame, say within 30 days, you have so many videos you're going to upload. And that way a YouTube algorithm will continue to push your content. We'll have things that it can go through to see what keywords that it wants to push and what your channel's about, because without that, it doesn't know. So we're in week 6, and I want to transition over here to our recording uh, live overview for Kingdom Fathers, and some couple of things I want to go through that I was mentioned last week in week 5, but I want to make sure to go through these and show you the snippets of each week and what changed. So the main thing that I want to go through this week, being we're 6 weeks in, is our overview, the dashboard. So we have grown only by 2 subscribers. We had 28 last week. We have 30 now. So we haven't grown a whole lot there. But one thing that I have noticed is our content and the analysis of how many videos were viewed. In the last 28 days, we're at 9,200. But if we go back and look at the last 90 days, the channel overall has seen 26,000 views, which is incredible for me. I think that that's a growth that we want to see. Most of those views are coming from our shorts off of our long form content. And the purpose of that is to take the snips of each one of our long forms and direct our traffic back to what we want ultimately for people to start looking at, and to grow the channel is looking at the long form content and finding value there. We also are up to show 68 watch hours, which is actually uh, a large portion of that. I think like 50 hours of that is from shorts. So we still have a long way to go when it comes to the criteria for monetization. But as I mentioned, we're not focused on that right now, just focused on growth and retention, learning how to continue to make these videos each week, the ones that I produce and put out, the content more engaged with the audience. So if you are thinking about a YouTube channel, think about these considerations. Is, what topics you're going to talk about. There's a lot that goes into it. I don't want to scare you away from it, but it is a learning curve. So you want to make sure that you're picking topics that you're passionate about, that you want to really contend with, and put that content out so that it's something that everyone would want to watch, that is in your target audience. The other part that is really interesting is that when we look at our um, the unique viewers, the returning viewers, we've got 24 viewers that are coming back. Now, granted, if this is a channel, and I pray that in 1 year from now, these overviews at the 52-week mark, they're going to look a lot better. So this is a snapshot, and we'll paint a picture of what's going through this journey together. And you can see and maybe anticipate what your channel, when you start it, what to expect, because this is not an overnight success. Most people who start a YouTube channel after just a month or so, because of how difficult it is and the consistency that's required, they don't keep up with it and the channel goes silent. So we don't want to do that. We want to keep pushing forward. In our content in the last 90 days, we've got 26,000 views. We've had 9,200 engagements with 333 likes and gained 23 subscribers overall. So pretty good for 90 days. Actually, it's 6 weeks in, something like that. And our retention, people who stay to watch 31%, which if I believe the content, most creators say if you stay above 30, that's good. And we want to continue to try to improve that. Um, I want to go through real quick and show you a little trick that I learned. As I mentioned before, I use Vid IQ and I also use Descript. Those are both great tools as you're starting a YouTube channel to help you. Descript will help you go through your video, do editing for your sound. You can edit different clips out and do your shorts out of it. You can also grab summaries for your description of the video. It helps tremendously when you're starting out. The other part is vidIQ. When you load this and tie it to your content here on your channel, it will actually grade out and give you scores on your title, your thumbnail, and give you ideas for more content. So I had a couple of shorts from a video several weeks ago. When I posted them like all the other videos prior. There were several. These are now private. I didn't update these, but I wanted to show you. These were posted within a 3-day period. When I posted a couple of videos here, I want to show you, they only received about 11 to 15 views for a short in 72 hours. I don't know what happened. It may have been the posting time was wrong. Also learned that you can go into your phone, into the YouTube app and create your own thumbnail for the short. And I didn't realize that early on. That helped, I believe. But when I did that, I took this video that only had 11 views. I took it to private and then I went in, downloaded the video. I went in and created a thumbnail from my cell phone, uploaded it from my cell phone, created the thumbnail, and also went in and looked at the keywords and updated all the keywords. And vidIQ will give you an idea of, based on your channel and the viewers that have watched it so far, as well as channels like it, an ideal posting time. And if you post within that window that they give you, you're supposed to be able to get a whole lot more views. So this video right here is the one that I'm speaking of, and it had 11 views. I posted it and did some updates on it. And whenever I did, I scheduled it for the appropriate time, which was about 9 p.m., I believe, that evening. And whenever I posted it, oh, right here. So this shows you, it posted around 6 p.m. with an anticipation of peak ban at 9 to 11. And I did that because on that specific day, this is the overall, but on that specific day, 7 p.m. was the target range for audience views. And when I did that, it actually would start posting and showing that content right before the peak. And in turn, this video went from 11 views to about 1,600 views. Yeah, 1,600 views. And it went really, really fast. And then it just flatlined. So I think that, you know, YouTube looks at it as there's a lot of viewers, a lot of people watching, but then maybe there wasn't a lot of reactions. There wasn't a lot of likes or shares, whatever it may be. But this video only had 11. And when I edited the thumbnail, when I edited the tags that are on here, that also helped with the time that was scheduled, this really increased the view count. So I actually did this with 3 videos that were not performing very well. And all 3 of them I posted back to back. And you can see these right here. I reposted them in the appropriate times for that day for my content. And from 45 views total These three videos got over 4,500 views. It is so important to make sure you do your research for the correct times, your thumbnail, the hashtags. And I think that this will also push more people to the content because every one of these are linked. When you go into the settings, you want to tell it what video that you want it linked to, what related video. So when it goes back to it, they can actually watch that video. And when I go to this video that I tag, why I quit my 20-year job, it's because of the shorts. I believe it has gained more views than any other one so far at 25. By far, these aren't what you would consider viral at all, but I'm learning, and I think that's what I want you to know when you are watching this, and you're thinking about a channel. You're seeing the background of it and how to look through your analytics, through your studio, and really apply some of these things to your channel. Maybe you can learn ahead of time, and then as you post videos, you will have a greater understanding and maybe get more traction and growth early on than what we have. But overall, our channel is continuing to grow. As I mentioned, we've got 30 total subscribers and have reached a milestone now of, let's see what the total views were, 26,000 views. So would have never thought that starting this channel that would be something that we would be that far in, but also wanted to honestly be a little bit further on getting more interaction. So I'm looking at different ways of creating the content versus, say, in here doing some more walk and talks, um, being more specific about life experiences and how I can help people moving forward. Because I feel like the first 30 days of this channel is just getting people used to who I am, getting used to hearing some of the topics that I want to talk about, as well as what this channel stands for. So, this channel, as I mentioned, is for fathers, and we want to continue to learn about life and be better tomorrow than we were yesterday. And for me, that's always a continual cycle of improvement. When I woke up this morning, I thought that it's another blessed day. We've got all these opportunities. I try to make the best of every day that I have by getting up early, by going to the gym, if possible, at least 3 to 4 times a week, um, continuing on a steadfast way of eating so it provides fuel to my body. Been on a carnivore diet now for almost a year. That's a whole nother topic that I want to get into. How changing the way that you're fueling your body fuels your day, as well as continually fuels your goals for life, and how you can be present more, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually for your family and for those around you. And it has provided me the fuel to start this channel, to continue running our business, to continue growing and helping others. So I hope that the things that I learned and the things that we have here going on at Kingdom Fathers is something that you may be interested in. Maybe you're like I was, stuck in a career, in a job that you really don't want to continue doing. Maybe it's because the environment of the job, maybe it's because of the type of job, maybe you have bigger dreams and you have abilities and talents that God has blessed you with, but feel like maybe the same way I did, that you are squandering them. You're not using your full potential and your talents by stepping outside of our comfort zone and starting a YouTube channel, by starting being self employed and starting your own business, setting your own time and allowing you to have time freedom, allowing you to homeschool your children as we have done. As I mentioned before, my two youngest of four are homeschooled, and my daughter has been in homeschool since third grade, and my son has only went to kindergarten in public school. My daughter graduates, or actually had graduated last week. So she's on to a new path in life, but don't let anyone tell you that you can't step out of the cultural norm of you've got to go to a 9 to 5 job. You have to always work for someone and you're stuck in this routine. And that's not true. And a lot of times it just takes men like myself who have already stepped out in faith, have already walked that path, and maybe just are 4 or 5 steps ahead of you in life. And you see that and you think, okay, I would like to to get to there one day. And what I like to ask people when I talk to them, other men is, and fathers, what is your point A and your point B? Because we all have that, right? We always think about, man, I would love to have this in my life, and I don't know how to get there. And it could be a change in job. It could be more time freedom. It could be starting a YouTube channel. There's the possibilities are endless. And for each of us as husbands and fathers, those point B's are unique to each of us. And honestly, they change month to month because once you set a goal, and it may be a small goal of getting from where you're at today and somewhere that you're stuck that isn't serving you the way that you believe it can, and you set your goal for point B, you get an opportunity then to really change the level of your life and move forward in a way that you've never thought possible before. So, I want to switch back to this view, and I should have done that a few minutes ago. Another thing about learning the channel and learning how to work this interface. The last thing I wanted to reminded me here, the recording that I'm using here is a software kind of like um, StreamYard and some others, but it's called EV Mux. I did a lot of research on this. I did a lot of different videos and comparisons and pricing, and I settled on this one and really love it. It is very simplistic to use once you get the feel of it. Being able to move back and forth between screens and seeing uh, where you're um, you can share your screen. You can share visitors or people in a podcast, or if you're interviewing somebody remotely, maybe say through Zoom, you can send invites and they populate as well. It's a really nice overview and way to do it. You can also do custom backgrounds and that kind of thing as well. So I hope that this video finds you well. I hope that it's giving you some value. If you like it, please subscribe and like it and leave us a comment. The comments help us to engage, help us to grow our channel and continually improve everything that we're doing. So I hope you have a great day and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.